Now, is the pajama in public thing a result of the pandemic, or is it just was that just
Nah,
happening everywhere?
that's always been a dirty person
I
thing.
believe it increased though.
I
It did
think
increase.
You think it increased?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I just think people. I don't know. I mean, it's weird. People kind of let themselves go during that time, and
Yeah.
they became more comfortable with being that way in public, right? So I mean, I see a lot of people walking around. I mean, not just pajamas, but they got like there are slippers, and then there's slippers that are meant to only be worn while you're in pajamas, right?
Oh,
So
because of
people
where
walk
that
around
was
in
like.
slippers all the time, but I'm seeing like house slippers with pajama. I saw a person. This is weird, okay? And tell me if this is normal. I went to the movie theater and there were people in line to buy popcorn and stuff. They had a blanket. Okay, they had a blanket with them, and which I've seen before because sometimes those places get cold, right? But they had a blanket and they were in pajamas. It looked like a sleepover party. They were in pajamas. They had slippers on. They had a blanket. I'm looking at them going, do they realize they're not at home? Have you guys seen that? People like full on like pajama party at the movie theater.
Only remember
No, I
when we had
mean,
drive-ins.
I mean, drive-ins. It's okay. I mean,
That
that's
was
kind of
it.
cool. That
That was it.
now, but
I'll admit
this
though, like the pandemic in the movie theaters for me, like I was already
mm,
slowing down the movie theaters, but once the pandemic hit, I'm off the movie
okay.
theaters. I don't want to go to the
So
movie
here we
theaters
go.
no
That
more.
that's an area we talk. I mean, that's something that definitely wasn't affected by the recent pandemic. Is the way that we consume movies, right?
Yeah,
The rise of streaming. Okay, streaming was kind of like starting beforehand because there was already Netflix, right? But
yeah.
it was the only one really, right? See, Netflix was kind of
There was Hulu.
hmm?
There was Hulu.
Barely. I mean, even now Hulu is like infinitesimally small, right?
I
There's
get what you're saying.
I'm saying among the big ones, right? See, the reason why that was even invented, that kind of didn't Netflix start off as a you actually got a disc thing?
Believe so.
Yeah,
You had to return it like
yeah.
in the grocery
You
store.
actually
You saying Netflix was like Redbox?
yeah, it was the original Redbox. Yeah,
Oh, it's so funny, and it
I
wasn't that
think
long
I
ago, but I
think.
don't even remember
Hold
that.
on, Quentin, bring up an extra screen. Let's take a look. How did Netflix start? I really believe that Netflix was, maybe not. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong.
I mean, there was a time where, like Redbox, you go to the grocery store, bam, there's some movies
Dude,
right there,
it's not there
and
was a time. There's still
that
a
was a
dude.
big thing.
There still is a red box. It's out there. I've seen one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still the
no,
grocery
no,
store.
no. Some people still got DVDs.
That's weird though. I mean, like, who in their right mind goes like, oh, let's go to the grocery store and check out the red box
My
vending
dad,
machine. Does your dad do that?
my dad, the type of person where he still got a DVD player. Like he still has regular cable, and like me and my brothers be like, people don't do regular cable no more, dad. He don't get it. And like I think we just introduced him to Netflix where he uses Netflix, but I still be telling him, I be like, bro, nobody uses this type of stuff.
I guess
Even
if
for stuff that he does watch.
I guess if you're frugal, I mean, like the problem with services like Netflix and all the other streaming services is it puts almost everything at your fingertips, and you can look up if what's available. And has this ever happened to you guys? You look it up. You go on your smart TV and you search for something. Like you search for Little Shop of Horrors. You search for The Goonies or whatever, and it shows you where it's available and how much it costs, right?
Hmm.
And you're looking on that list. Do I subscribe to any of these services? Because if I subscribe, I got it, right?
Yep.
Have you ever seen something that was not in your subscription list and you went and signed on for a free trial just so you could watch it?
Yep.
And next thing you know, you forgot that you're on a free
I'm
trial?
on it.
Dude,
Yep.
that happened to me. Okay, so today, okay, so my streaming services go to one of my credit cards. They're on my American Express, right?
Mhm.
And I was paying my American Express today. And I took a look. I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, Amazon. What is all this? Sometimes I don't even look, right? it's all my streaming, right? So I went in today and said, "Oh man, I'm seeing streaming services I'm paying for it I don't remember using in the past like 4 months." Right?
Mm.
So I went in today and canceled a bunch of stuff that I don't feel like I needed. And not only that I did not need, I have it through another service, right? So I've got like, I want to say I've got like HBO twice. I have HBO through Prime and HBO straight through HBO.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't do that.
Right?
That's
Oh
irritating.
man. So, and I realized that, and not only that, my HBO that I've got, I don't pay for because my son's paying for it, right? So I'm like, oh, why am I paying for HBO when my son pays for HBO? Screw it. So I canceled out a bunch of my services. Do you know how much I'm saving a month right now? 60 something dollars.
Oh,
I've
yeah, I
been
was about
paying
to get like
60
a
bucks a
honey.
month, right? I mean, I still I kept the ones that I use, but I canceled the ones that I don't need, right?
Yeah,
I mean, like,
that adds up.
yeah, it's like, why do I have Shudder? Like, okay, so Shudder is a horror. It's like they have small independent horror movies, right? And
Yeah,
I signed on to watch one thing. I think something starring Bruce Campbell. I wanted to watch one thing, and I didn't cancel it, right? So I'm like, why do I need Shudder? I don't. I mean, if I and that's where the concept of Redbox kind of, if you really want to be frugal, the problem with all these streaming services is that not only do they add up, but you can end up stuck there, right? Watching crap that you don't really want to watch. You kind of say, "Oh, look, this is on. Oh, let's
Yeah.
watch it." Because you don't really passionately want to watch it. You say, "Oh, it's on. Let's watch it." Right? And
Now I got your Netflix information though.
oh, let's hear it. So how did it start?
Netflix began in 1997 as a mail order DVD service founded by Reed Hastings and Mark
That's
Randolph.
right. It was. I remember that. I remember you would receive it, you'd watch it, and you'd send it back. It came with a.
oh
That's
wow.
right. That's
Return.
right. It came with a return
That's a
envelope.
test.
I remember that. It came with a return envelope. So you got it, you wash it, and you would mail it back.
Man, that seems slow.
It was.
Remember, but that's 1997. So that's before Redbox came out and put those. Wait,
But it was Blockbuster before then.
did it say that you did it ever have a thing where you did it have a Redbox type thing where you had a kiosk or something?
Let me check. Redbox came out in 2002.
Okay. See, so Netflix is for someone too lazy to go to Blockbuster.
But it's still gonna take you like 3, 4 days to get your
Well, no,
movie.
I guess what you do is you go in and you order them in like in a you order them in cycles. So you get it and you watch it and you send it back. Another one comes and
There was like a maximum that you could rent. Certain people had maximums. If they didn't send them back, they got lowered. That's what I remember. Certain people who sent them back like religiously, I think they got up to like 10 to 12, something like
you order them online, right? You order them online, you receive them in the mail, and then yeah, it's kind of like you can pick. Okay, I want to watch this one next. I want to watch. So you choose what you're going to watch. So basically, you choose like 5 movies, and then they'll come to you, and then you send them back. So okay, so that's why it's called Netflix because you order them online.
Okay.
You order them online, you receive them in the mail. Okay, that's very humble beginnings for what is now like the world's largest streaming service.
Well, yeah, and it like I give them a lot of props. They've been doing this for over 20 years. I
Yeah.
did not expect Netflix to be going that long.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought this was something like after
No,
2010.
dude, no. Red. I mean, they're the old school versions. I mean, like Redbox. Now Redbox came along, and now instead of having to, I guess now there's this kiosk, and I wonder how that even works. Like, do you do you go to Redbox and say, oh man, did somebody return something yet? Dude, do you
Did
guys
you
remember?
ever use the Redbox?
Do you guys remember going to Blockbuster and like hoping somebody returned something because you want to watch it?
no,
Yep.
not just that. I remember going to Blockbuster and them telling you, yes, such and such is going to bring it back by 8 o'clock. And you're
Yes,
sitting there
we're
waiting
expecting it
for
by
it.
8. Yeah, and you're waiting for it,
Yeah.
right?
Or yeah, they'll like they would have the return bin, and you will be like, okay, well, what you got in the return bin? Like I think for me, like movies was a big thing, but really the biggest thing was video games for me. It was like, all right, what
Okay.
video game we got today? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially back in like the late '90s, that was the biggest thing because my mom was not buying these games at that point in time.
Yep. So I'm telling you, man, like I think streaming services had a massive boost during that period of time, right? Because
Definitely. I mean, because people were like streaming and just like things like YouTube,
mhm,
Twitch.
yeah,
That became
yeah,
a thing because people were just at home with nothing to do.
yeah, and
Oh,
that
Instagram Live. I
yeah,
remember Instagram Live. Like I never liked Instagram Live until the pandemic.
yeah, and things have changed now. So now that's one of those things that change and it's stuck around, right?
Mhm.
So now we've realized the convenience of those services. One other big thing that changed, I mean, like we'll talk as time goes by, people find out more about us as individuals and what we do. As a consultant, right? I spent a lot of time in live meetings prior to the
Yeah.
pandemic. I consulted for all sorts of organizations. I was like one of my clients is a newspaper, right? And they have a
Mhm.
meeting every week that I was expected to be at, right? I had to drive to LA to be at that meeting. It was 10 a.m. or something like that. And then that pretty much dominates my day because you have to drive out to. I was living in Whittier at the time, so I got to drive out to LA, fight the traffic to get there. Then have to come. I mean, like my entire day. I don't want to say shot, but my entire day revolves around that. So I try to set. I try to set live meetings around that area, so I don't have to spend too much time driving back. But that all and I kept telling them because I'm their consultant for mobile applications, right? And I'm a technology consultant for them, right? And I kept telling them I could easily be here over Zoom, the way that we're here now, right? I kept telling them it's same thing. I can see all of you, I can hear all of you, you can see me, I can share my computer with you guys more easily. Because when I was there, I had to deal with this clunky thing they had that worked half the time and didn't work half the time. So I ended up having to turn my little laptop around. It's a big ass table, and people. I mean, it's much better if I was just coming in through Zoom, actually. Okay, but they're old school and they just couldn't. They, for some reason, to them, they just couldn't see that me being on Zoom would be the same as me being there or better, right? Then the pandemic came, and that business still had to operate, right? So the meeting still had to happen, and everybody was coming in via Zoom now, right? They had to do it,
Mhm.
and now they still do it because they love it because it's the easiest way to pop into these things. People weren't coming late anymore, okay? Because we would have people show up late before. People could easily share their information, right? It was such an easy thing, right?
Mhm.
And they people learned to love remote meetings, right? So change things dramatically for in that way too. So streaming, remote meetings, the world's a different place now. Some things happened that and stuck around that so some industries suffered, right? So with the rise of streaming, what definitely suffered?
Movies.
Movie.
Yeah, live theaters. I mean, like actually going there, the experience, and there's I don't know other movies that you guys watch in theaters still. Raymond, you're like you don't want to watch in movies period in theaters period, right?
I mean, I don't want, but it got now like, of course, with XD and 4D, and there are movies like that where it's like it does it justice to go
Mm.
and see it at the movie theaters. Like the biggest movie right now that I love that I wish I would have saw in movie theaters was Top Gun Maverick.
I
I
did see
should
that.
I should have went and saw that in theaters. I shouldn't have just waited till it came out.
I
But it
did.
was also just like, one thing that happened to me during the pandemic was, hey, do you got your Vax card?
Mm.
No. And they're like, oh, you can't come into the movie theater. I was like, I don't want to ever go to a movie theater anymore then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You want to
yeah.
play
They
with
did.
that?
They did make it hard. Yeah, Vax card, masking up, keeping the distance, all that stuff. It was inconvenient. I'll admit that.
Very
But I did see Top Gun Maverick in the theater, like close to the release date, and it was, I mean,
epic.
it was epic. It was awesome. But the thing, and it was epic because of the movie itself, the way that it was filmed. Seeing it on a screen
Yeah.
that big was just incredible, right? But there's something to be said about the experience, though. Okay, so one of the okay, so out of all the movies I've seen, because I've been I've been tied into that industry in some way, shape, or form for a long time, right? One of my most memorable experiences in a theater, and I had a really good time in this experience, was for a movie that was by all accounts a shitty, right?
Uh,
I watched which one was it? I watched Batman and Robin.
oh, now
Um,
that one. But you know, it was good in movie theaters. I saw that too.
dude, but I saw it opening night. I saw it
You saw it
opening
opening
night,
night?
and I saw it at what was called at that time the Man Chinese Theater.
Yeah.
Okay, so and it was in the main auditorium. If you've never been to the Man Chinese, I don't know if it's the same anymore because that they did massive construction. They built a whole bunch of new auditoriums,
Yeah.
but at that time, the main auditorium was the original auditorium from the early days. So it's opulent. You know, it's really crazily decorated, right? It's an old school 1920 something auditorium. It's huge. I mean, like it's massive. Okay,
Yeah.
you walk in there and it's the kind of place where you think you'd watch Phantom of the Opera live in. You know, it's massive. So we get there, and we're in line to watch. We're in line for hours to get into this thing. Okay, because the auditorium is so big that it seats like thousands of people, right? So you're
Yeah.
in line and there's no reserve seating.
Oh,
Okay, remember back reserve seating didn't exist back then. You sat where you sat, right? So
yeah.
that's why you had to get in line because you want to get a good seat, got to get there early. So we get there early. Me and a whole bunch of friends are there, and some of the people are in the business, right? And so we're there, and we're having a really good time. It's almost like being early for Rose Bowl. I mean, well, for the Rose Parade, right? It's
Yeah.
almost like a tailgate situation. So we're in line. We're talking to everybody all around us. We're talking to our little group, and of course, talking to people around us. We're talking about a lot of us were Batman fans, so we're talking all this stuff. So it was fun being in the line, believe it or not, and it was a good time of year. You know, it was summer in LA. It feels good. So we're there, and then we get in, and of course, it's opening night, so they're either hardcore Batman fans or they're hardcore like cinephiles. So everyone in there is a movie person. They're there for it, right?
Yeah.
And we get all the food. We sit down and we watch it, and the audience is reacting to the movie the whole time. And no matter how cheesy, this is fun. This is the one part that I remember. You guys remember who was in that movie, right? Like
Oh,
George,
George Clooney.
George Clooney. George Clooney. He refers to it as he killed Batman because after that movie came out, the whole thing just stopped. They didn't make any more of them. Oh, Raymond, your camera just zoomed in.
I'm sorry. I want to
There you go.
look a little bit
So
better.
so Clooney's in there as Batman, right? So so there's a couple bad guys. Okay.
Yeah.
You got Poison Ivy, who's Uma Thurman,
Uma Thurman.
and she's really vamping it up. She's trying to do a white lady Eartha Kitt impersonation, basically.
She was.
And it was good. I mean, like it was solid. I mean, like I enjoyed her in the role. And you had Bane, who was really nobody. Just a big ass guy in a mask, right? But who was the other
Yeah.
bad guy?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, the
Yep.
governor. He was the
Arnold.
ice.
Yep, he was playing Mr. Freeze, right?
Mr. Freeze, yeah.
At the end, okay, so Mr. Freeze turns good at the end, right? So so this is the first time it came out. Nobody has seen this yet, right? So he produces. So Alfred the Butler has some sort of genetic disease, right? That something related to Mr. Freeze's wife's condition. So Freeze has been trying to find an antidote, but he's not there yet for his wife. But he's got the cure for what Alfred's got, right? So Freeze turns good at the end, and he gives these ampules, whatever, to Batman, and he's like, Schwarzenegger says, "Take 2 of these," and the entire audience is able to say the next line, right? Because Arnold Schwarzenegger is the king of the one-liners, right? The entire audience, along with Arnold Schwarzenegger, says, "And call me in the morning." We've never seen this movie, right? But we know
You
it's
know what he's
coming.
about to say.
The line.
We can feel it coming because it's Arnold. He's going to say that. And yeah, it was. I didn't, you read the critics' reviews of the movie afterwards, and I'm looking at the reviews. I'm like, that's not the movie that I saw.
You thought it was good.
It was good in the moment. I mean, I loved it. It was enjoyable to watch in the. Now, if I'd seen it on streaming, okay, if it was just me sitting on a couch, You know, eating Domino's, seeing on streaming, I'd be like, you
Have
know,
you seen it since that day?
I, I don't remember if I have. I must have. I must have seen it.
I'm not gonna lie, because I remember that was like the movie of the summer. That was like for us. That was like the biggest thing. It was like that was the only movie. I think it was that, and I think Men in Black 2 was coming out or something like that.
Was it
But
like okay?
I don't want to. Please don't call me. But I know it was something else that was coming out that year. But I remember that was like the big movie for that year, and
Hmm.
I remember going seeing it, and I thought it was pretty good. And then
I
later
loved it
it
in
was
movie theaters.
like, huh?
I loved it in theaters. Great.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters too, but it was like it did like from Batman Forever because I remember I got in the big arguments about it because that was my Batman. That was like the best Batman. I hadn't even seen the other Batmans, and I was like,
Batman Forever is Val Kilmer, right?
yeah, that
Okay.
one with the Riddler and
Yeah, and Two
Tommy
Face.
Jones. Yeah, I didn't think nothing was touching that, and it was like they kept the same aesthetic,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
like
It was
you
similar. Yeah.
know it was similar, but it was like it was not the same. Like you can feel that it wasn't the same.
Oh, so so upon second watching, you didn't. It kind of
Upon
felt
first watching, like it was cool, but I was like, it ain't touching Batman Forever,
okay.
so it was a failure in my eye.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm just thinking. I mean, like they couldn't make a movie like that now. If you think about it, I mean,
No,
look at how big that. I mean, the cast cost too much.
yeah,
I mean, can you
and it was a
imagine?
lot. Man, it had a theme park ride,
Yes,
tons of commercials. You can get a Burger King Batman meal.
yeah,
Yeah, it
all
would
those
have
crazy
little
tie-ins.
boxes.
Yeah, in today's world, movies don't last long enough in theaters to have Happy Meal tie-ins anymore. Pretty much.
I walk by Burger King all the time, and I was like, "What is How to Train Your Dragon?" I don't
Okay,
know
I
what
guess
that
kids
is.
movies are the ones that can be there. Yeah, like real kids movies.
I got a kid, and I'll be knowing stuff, and I'll be like, "What is How to Train?" We're not about to go watch that. And
Me either,
it got a Burger King meal. Nah,
dude. That they made live action of that now.
yeah, that's what they're promoting right
Hmm.
now. And it's like, okay, like you know what I'm saying? Like it don't movies to me like the streaming era has made it to where it doesn't have that type of effect no more.
Yeah, yeah. Streaming has changed the landscape now because some movies are just convenient to watch at home. I mean, like, okay, so there's some movie makers who just don't like it. Like, there's some movies that they feel like a good example of a director who just hates streaming, and I'm gonna butcher his name, Denis Villeneuve. Uh,
You super butchered his name. Who is that?
it's he's French, I think. So his name is spelled Dennis, but it's pronounced Denis.
Denis?
He made Dune.
Okay.
Okay, so Dune is one of those things where
Oh,
I mean, Dune is meant to be seen on the big screen, right?
yeah.
He made the way he created it. It loses something out of the theaters, right?
I get it because I swear to God, every time I try to watch Dune, I fall
He
asleep.
was really pissed when it streamed. He was really upset that happened. That streaming happened.
I
Um,
think I would fell asleep if I was seen it in the movie theaters too, though.
yeah, but in his case, it was an artistic thing. Then on the flip side of things, you have people who, okay, from a money side of things. Like we talked about this before, Scarlett Johansson sued Disney because Black Widow went pretty much straight to streaming. So it opened and went straight to streaming. And under her contract, she had negotiated to get paid based on his performance in theaters,
Hmm.
right? So um, the argument's going to, I mean, her argument was is that the fact that it was available on streaming allowed some people who would have seen it in the theater to see it in streaming instead. Okay, it's like heck, I'm paying for this streaming, and it's going to be there. I might as well see it there, right? They would have watched it in theaters, okay, but it came out, and so that definitely affected her bottom line in terms of what she's going to get paid for it. Okay, how much did it affect it? I mean, they worked it out. They figured it out. The lawsuit was settled just recently. I want to say within the past month that lawsuit settled, and they're not going to disclose numbers. But Disney had to pay her because under their contract, it wasn't going to be released on streaming for a certain amount of time, and they completely violated that. And I guess because they figured, and we talked about this, it's like if we release it on streaming, we're probably going to have to pay this lady something for that. But does it make sense to release it on streaming and then pay her? I mean, what's better for them, to not release it on streaming and let her get paid on box office sales, and how much would they? So in the end, I think that it was more profit. We in our talk we probably figured it's potentially more profitable for Disney to pay her out in a lawsuit and let it stream.
Yep. If it's paid out in the lawsuit, don't be mad because I got to pivot. I'll give you your bread.
Yeah, probably. We'll never know. I mean, we may know like 10 years from now. They may unseal that, but we're not going to know now. But yeah, sir, some stars negotiate to get paid in the back end.
Mm-hmm.
And some producers probably do too. Okay, so that's changing the way things are made. Adam Sandler was the first of the big stars to sign a streaming contract. Netflix bought him. So I think they got him for 7 movies, and they've extended it obviously. So the last time we saw an Adam Sandler movie in theaters was Grown Ups 2. I want to say that's like 2015, 2013. It's been a long time. He hasn't produced a movie in theaters in all that time.
Since 2015?
2013. We haven't seen Sandler in theaters since 2013. Right?
I mean,
because Netflix is paying.
Do you need everything?
What's that?
Did we really need Adam Sandler at that time?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, like, see, that's the problem is that Adam Sandler made a certain kind of movie, right? He made it was a silly slapstick kind of ridiculous movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And ever since he stopped making that, but the thing is that he still makes that, but you got to be a Netflix subscriber to see it.
Yeah, I haven't seen Happy Gilmore 2 yet. I gotta go see it.
I watch it. I've seen people hating on it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I mean, it's, people are too critical of Adam Sandler movies because they're not high art. They never were. They're never going to be high art, right? It's just something to make you laugh, right? It's something that, especially, it's awesome on Netflix because you can pause it to see certain things, right? What I love about streaming is, okay, I'm the kind of guy who hangs around for the credits at the end of movies, not just to watch whatever's after, but I like to hang out in credits. Sometimes I see people I know in it, right? But Adam Sandler movies have so many cameos, and other movies do too, right? You want to pause the credits. It's like you're looking at somebody in heavy makeup, and you're thinking that's got to be somebody, right? I pause the credits. Dude, Happy Gilmore 2 has so many cameos.
Yeah.
That I'm just pausing the credits just to look things, and I'll go back to them. I'll see a name in there. I'm like, he was in that. I'll go back to the movie to see it again. It's pretty amazing, dude. So many cameos. It's amazing. Somebody in the golfing world had major complaints about Happy Gilmore 2, saying Happy Gilmore makes golf into a joke.
That's the purpose.
That is the purpose. It's
a comedy movie.
Yeah, and the thing is that they feel like it disrespects the sport. This is a golf commentator. Okay, he feels like it's disrespecting the sport. But here's the funny part about that, dude. If you ever watch a movie, almost every living major golfer is in the movie.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
All the big time greats from the 80s are in that. If they're still alive, they're in that movie.
Because they watched the original Happy Gilmore and was like, man, I wish I was in that movie.
Dude, Happy Gilmore, movies like that make regular people want to play golf.
It did.
Right?
It made you want to play golf and possibly hockey.
Yeah.
honestly, on a real level, it was just funny.
Yeah.
It was just funny.
Fun stuff.
Him fighting Bob Barker was just fun.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, it's nothing funnier than that.
Dude, and that's what Adam Sandler movies are, is that kind of funny, right? And you don't see that in theaters anymore because when he left it, it's. I mean, you guys ever see the Farrelly movies? The Farrelly brothers movies?
Which one's like?
There's Something About Mary is probably the most famous one.
I've
Yeah.
seen the pair. Yeah, I've seen that. What else did they have?
Kingpin. It's a bowling movie.
I've seen Kingpin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Woody Harrelson and the other Quaid.
Dang. You know what? It makes me think, and I know we gotta kind of keep moving, but it makes you. I never thought about it like that. It was like as soon as Adam Sandler stopped, Judd Apatow sped up.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like what was it? I was just thinking about the 40-year-old version the other day. I couldn't believe how funny that movie was.
But that's old.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really old. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, but the thing about Judd Apatow movies aren't as slapstick and wacky as Adam Sandler movies.
No, it was more realistic. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, as Sandler cooled down, Apatow sped up.
Yeah.
And then like what's the other guy that was with him who did the Hangover? Oh my God, I gotta remember this guy's name. Phillips. Something Phillips. Because he did the Hangover and then I remember he did Project X, which one of my homies
I want
is
to say
in.
Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like Adam Sandler kind of had to go away for other people to get some shine.
yeah. It's funny, but those movies they may be outrageous, but they felt more real, right? The
It was
Hangover.
definitely more real.
The Hangover was outrageous, but it felt more real. I mean, like Adam Sandler movies, the way they're filmed, it almost they feel like movies. I mean, like
No, yeah. It's definitely like I think like with the Hangover, man, we had like a little like, would you guys go to Vegas right now? Yeah, let's go to Vegas.
yeah,
Like we definitely had Hangover moments.
yeah, definitely.
I definitely went to a Project X party. You
Mhm.
know, after the Project X movie, we wasn't going to no Big Daddy parties or no, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it was just a movie.
Yeah, yes, yeah. But Sandler stuff. I mean, that's the funny part is that all of his stuff was, but there's a place for. I mean, like, and it's on Netflix now. But you don't find those kinds of movies out there that are just ridiculous movies. In fact,
No.
oh my God, do you guys know what his first movie that was released for Netflix was called? It was a Western. Adam
Oh,
Sandler's
the
first
Ridiculous Eight or
The
something like
Ridiculous Six.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't trying to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, so yeah, it is ridiculous the kind of movies he does. Sandler movies are basically SNL skits come to life,
It is. That's exactly what it is.
kind of like that. You know, that's the kind of production value in some ways. But I'm telling you, there was never a time where I mean, some of the funniest movies that I ever seen back to back were like The Water Boy. What's his other ones at the time? The Water Boy was just I was dying for that.
Yeah, Waterboy was gold.
What's his
But he
other-
had something else after that.
Wait, but what's the one where he was he's got to go back to school.
Billy Madison.
There's a Billy Madison. So there's
When he
Happy.
goes back to school, he's grown.
So the three of them, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, and the Water Boy. Those
Yeah.
three movies were just the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
I gotta say,
And then didn't he also produced like Deuce Bigelow, Mel Gigolo?
yes, he did. Deuce Bigelow. Oh my God. Yeah. Deuce Bigelow. No, that's his thing. Sandler is a prolific producer. People don't really fully realize that. Happy
I
Madison
mean, because it's they're not going to give you a prolific producer because it's comedy.
Yeah.
It's just because it's comedy. Like,
Have you guys seen Grandma's Boy?
Prolific comedy, huh?
Have you guys seen Grandma's Boy?
I recall that one.
Okay, so
No.
if you watch a Sandler movie, any of his movies, pretty much, watch the credits at the end, and he's got an executive producer on all of them. That's a good friend of his. His name is Alan Covert. I think it's how it's pronounced. Okay, Alan Covert is in every movie you see. His name is there, right? He's the star of Grandma's Boy. Okay, so it's a Happy Madison production. I think he's the producer and the star of it, and it's hilarious. You gotta see that one, Grandma's Boy, and once again, of course, Rob Schneider's in it. And I want to say that Adam Sandler probably makes this random wacky appearance, the same way that. Do you remember how? Okay, so Adam Sandler appeared in Deuce Bigelow.
Mhm.
At least the or was the second one or the first? I can't, the second one. He appeared in the second one. In the second one, they have like the Gigolo Awards. Do you guys remember
Oh,
the
yeah, the
second one?
second one. Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah,
have a
yeah.
Gigolo Awards, and at the Gigolo Awards, they have like an in memoriam section where all the Gigolos who died the past year they kind of remembered them. And Adam
Yeah.
Sandler is one of those guys.
It's just crazy.
But yeah, but he was making tons of movies. He made of course, he produced The Animal with Rob Schneider.
I didn't see the animal, but I remember the animal.
Then there's
Yeah, it was something like he was an animal or something like that, right? I forgot about
Rob Schneider
that.
was the animal, so somehow he was like brought near death, and once again it's an Adam Sandler type slapstick movie where it can't really happen. So he's hit. I can't remember anything, but he's almost killed, right? And to save his life, some doctor who's actually a vet puts animal parts into him. So he starts exhibiting behaviors of animals. Obviously would never happen. I mean, like, this makes no sense, but it's it's one of those things where you're sitting around the writer's room and pitching stuff, and somebody goes, well, how about this? It's like a Frankenstein situation where, like, we rebuild Rob Schneider, but we put animal parts inside him, and so he starts acting. That's basically what it is. And the size of the budgets that these things have, they're gonna
Super
work.
small.
They're gonna work.
Yeah.
These are probably some of those profitable things ever to come out of Hollywood.
Yeah, because I mean, it didn't have that much. It didn't have that many effects or
Mhm.
anything like that. Like I think even like the older ones, like Happy Gilmore, the one that has the most effects is the last shot. When
Oh yeah,
he
yeah,
hits off the car and all. That's probably the only thing that has any type of effects or stuntmen.
yeah.
Everything else is movie magic, which
Yeah,
is easy to make.
easy made movie magic, and also the talent of these comedians on screen to make themselves do funny things, right? Like,
Yeah.
I guess if you want to go cheap on effects, you hire Jim Carrey. He can make his face do weird things, right, without even having effects.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Trust me, yeah, he can do that.
Yeah. So I mean, so some of the most profitable movies ever. I mean, obviously Adam Sandler is a movie gold mine. Okay, so the guy makes tons of money. Because what he makes is so cheap to make.
Right.
Right? Did he produce Paul Blart Mall Cop? I've never
Probably
seen the
did.
movie.
I remember that, but I
I've
didn't
never
watch
seen
that.
it. I'm guessing he might because what's his name? Kevin James
It's his
is,
boy.
is one of his cohorts. Yeah, he's one of his guys. So every time I see a Kevin James movie, I kind of think, did Adam Sandler make that happen? And I think there are some that he didn't, but more often than not, he probably did. So there's certain guys who if you see them in a movie, Adam Sandler's probably involved. Like Rob
Produced
Schneider.
by James and Adam Sandler.
What's that?
It says produced. Yeah,
He did Paul Blart.
looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you just the concept of Paul Blart Mall Cop, that would have never gotten off the ground if it wasn't for Adam Sandler.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that was a funny one too.
I never saw that one.
It's funny, but I ain't gonna lie. Like because of the budget, I mean, if like say if Adam Sandler had to he had to make Happy Gilmore right now with the budget that he had back then,
Yeah,
would it still work?
yeah, I think it would.
I think it would too because it's just classic comedy. Like, of course, like you don't have to replace Bob Barker with somebody else,
Yeah, true.
but it would still work because it's just classic comedy.
And also because
The Water Boy too.
well, also because think about it. I mean, like, what the most expensive things that of those times are not expensive anymore. Like, okay, so do you guys remember? Okay, so we're gonna talk this. And we have to move on, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Smith. Remember Kevin Smith?
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin Smith was famous for an independent movie he made. And this first movie in his career was oh shit, why am I blanking? It's shot in black and white. Clerks.
Clerks, yeah.
Okay, Clerks. They made Clerks, and the thing about Kevin Smith, he went to film school. Like, he literally went to film school and then met some people and dropped out to make that movie. I mean, like, when you say he went to film school, he took a class and decided partway through, hey, let's make a movie. Zero training, right? assembled a couple guys who knew a little bit about certain things, and they made this movie. He financed it himself. Credit cards, savings, sold his comic book collection to make this movie, right? The majority of the budget went to film stock, right? Because that was made in a time where you shot on film, right? So it went to film stock. They chose to film it in black and white, okay? Not because of any artistic reason, but because they didn't have to color correct in black and white.
Yep.
Okay. Easier to shoot in black and white, cheaper. Okay, to shoot in black and white. Okay. And they didn't do the audio in post. They used the audio as they recorded the movie because it was cheaper, right?
Yeah.
And because of that, they shot at night. Okay, 2 reasons why they shoot at night. Number one, when you shoot in black and white, it's easier to deal with artificial lighting than it is to have to deal with sunlight coming in. Okay. Number two, it's cooler at night, so they didn't have to run the ACs, because running the AC had too much background noise to record the dialogue in the moment.
Right.
Okay. So it's like a masterclass in cheap film production, right? But he talks about this. If he made it now, the budget would be so much smaller because they just shoot it on iPhones.
Do an iPhone
or the cameras, the kind of cameras that we use. I mean, like, they can shoot it on something. They don't have to use all this real gear with film, right? The film stock is the single most expensive part of making that movie, and it's eliminated now, right? So think about Happy Gilmore, all those movies Sandler made. Probably the most expensive thing was the film stock they were using. So when he produces for Netflix now, it's recorded digitally. Okay, so could you make Waterboy now and have it be profitable? Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
That thing, I mean, like, he'd be spitting those things. I mean, watch Waterboy, watch Happy Gilmore, the original. Those were made to be on Netflix. I mean, those are Netflix movies, for God's sakes.
Yeah. To be honest with you, and it's like just kind of giving like context of what he's like, why he even dropped out. To be honest with you, like, just from going to a film school, you kind of learn everything in like the first couple weeks, and then most of it, like, if you like me, it was crazy. It went backwards. I was doing films before I went to film school. When I got there, it was like, oh, I was doing it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's all it was. Like, all they told me was that I was doing it right, and I couldn't believe, like, just off of natural instinct, I was doing it right. Like they was doing it right. Like, and it even made me think, like, I used to do the same trick with podcasts. The podcast would be grainy and look like kind of grainy, so I would do it in black and white just to kind of eliminate all the graininess of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you learn these type of things when you're just kind of built to make films.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think he can do it in any type of in any type of genre or any type of time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, especially, I mean, the directors especially. Now some people have to go to specialized courses. I mean, like, if you're going to be doing editing, that's a different story. I mean, like,
but even editing, like,
but the funny part, he did it himself for the most part, because it was so simply shot. I mean, go back and watch Clerks now, and you can tell that it was created to be easy to make. I mean, a lot of his decisions as the director were made to make it easier to produce it. Right? Let's do everything one pass. It's designed to be. It's like, you can tell that they had a limited budget. They couldn't have multiple takes. They had to get it done easy, right?
Yeah.
That's how it was made to be. And the funny thing is, he came out the gate with that movie, and he became a sensation. It was massive for him. It's funny. So he's people don't realize it, but he's tied really closely to Miramax, the Weinstein brothers. Okay. Because
quiet
Harvey Weinstein has the green light pretty much everything they do. Like, Miramax is not a big outfit. It's an independent film company. I mean, like, they're small. So there's two sides of it. There's what's Harvey's brother's name? Harvey Weinstein, and there's two Weinstein brothers. Harvey takes care of Miramax. The other one does Dimension, the horror side of things.
Oh yeah.
So one brother does that part, and Harvey Weinstein does the Miramax stuff, the Oscar-winning side of things, right?
Yeah.
And so you gotta, if you want to put something through that side, you gotta get his green light. He has to green light everything. And so his executives were pitching this movie to him, right? And this was said in an interview years ago before Harvey Weinstein encountered the problems he has now. So back then he was a respected producer, and they talk about trying to get this movie past Harvey Weinstein, right? I guess Harvey Weinstein trusted his people enough, because Harvey Weinstein never got it. He's looking at this thing. He's been told, you got to watch this movie. So he went to go watch it. And he's like, what? It's like, it made its independent rounds for a while. And his people were just going to see it over and over again. So Weinstein went to go watch it in the theater, and he just didn't get it. He's like, who's going to watch this? But he realized that when he went to watch it, the theater's packed. It's like all artsy people, right? And then he goes back to his own office, and the buzz in his office is all about this movie he doesn't get. So he said, okay. So he ate it. He said, yeah, let's buy it and let's put it out there. So they decided that they're going to be the ones to distribute it,
Mhm.
right? And a better decision he could not have made. It made so much money.
Yeah.
I mean, because considering the budget that it took to make it, how much the Weinsteins paid for it for distribution rights, they made crazy amounts of money from that movie. And the whole time, Weinstein just didn't get it. He just didn't see why it was so popular. It just wasn't a movie for him, right? Which comes
Right.
back to the thing. Okay, so tying it back into looking at things as a business person, sometimes you gotta look at what the market is leaning towards, right? If
Mhm.
Weinstein went with his own gut and said, "I don't get this. I don't like this. I'm not going to buy this," somebody else would have, obviously, right? Because
Yep.
it has had a lot of buzz in the community that Weinstein doesn't get, right? Somebody else would have picked it up, and boom, somebody else would have been the person responsible for launching Kevin Smith's career. It's not like, I mean, it was doing so well on its buzz from independent showings that somebody would have gotten it. Okay, so Weinstein, being the businessman that he is, okay, we're not saying that he's a great person, but he knows how to he knows how to make money from movies, right?
Yeah.
He said, "I trust my people. I see the buzz. I see what's going on. I don't get it. I don't like it, but I'm jumping into this." And the rest is history, right?